Welcome to the Bold Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. I listened to the speech when David Ochieng was hosted by Deputy President in Karen. And I just have a simple question. What would have changed if the MDG party leader would have waited for the Supreme Court verdict, for the Supreme Court ruling, then make the move? And listening to his speech that he made in front of Deputy President William Ruto, you would actually just analyze and realize that David Ochieng was just being used to convey a specific message. Even though he might have been right in his decision, but the choice of poking holes on Supreme Court case, I think, was unnecessary. And according to him, David Ochieng is saying that Raila Odinga should not dispute the results, the presidential results, or rather should not dispute the IBC, while the same commission conducted the other elections for women rep, governors, MPs, and the rest. And so in the rest, there is no problem, but the presidential one is the one that Raila is disputing. I listened to that and I said, I think he was just becoming economical with the truth. Because the truth of the matter here is, Raila Odinga was not vying as a governor in any county. Raila Odinga was vying as a president. And even in Nyanza counties, we know that Evans Kidero is heading to court to challenge Wanga's victory.
And us as MDG, as we come in, we will continue insisting, like we've done in our discussions, that nothing will be done out of the legal framework. And so even as the cases are in court today, I mean, as David Ochieng, I was elected in Ugenya. I'm going to be sworn in next week. Yesterday we saw 45 governors being sworn in. All these elections were done by the IEBC. We cannot pick and choose which results we accept and which ones are wrong. There's only one IEBC in the country. This same IEBC did the election for all the other seats, including the presidential one. And so I want to urge the country that we only work best if we believe that the institutions that we've set for us are up to the task. We cannot be saying that all the 45 governors and all the 290 constituency MPs and all the MCAs that were elected are good to go. And we saw all the leaders yesterday going for the swearing-ins of these leaders. And then one particular election then becomes what will bring the country down. And to beseech Kenyans that this is not the first time we are seeing a petition going to Supreme Court for decision. Let's wait for the court's decision. Let's accept it when it comes.
And in other areas, like even in Migori, there is a petition that is coming challenging Ochira Yako's victory. And not even Nyanza, other areas like Kirinyaga, where there are petitions that are coming to challenge the win of the candidates. But that move seems to suggest that because the other elective seats were conducted by ABC, and it's the same ABC that Raila Odinga team are saying is wrong, then that should not be the ground that Raila Odinga should not poke holes in the ABC. I listened to that and I was like, that, I think however much he made the decision, it was right to make that decision, but it was wrong to use that platform to attack Raila Odinga. And according to him, is that William Ruto is going to offer him a platform to nurture him. Maybe that is an opportunity that was not in his own party, because he has his own party. He's a party leader. Is it Movement for Growth and Development? But he chose to fold his own party and join that UDA, or Kenya Kwanza, which in the fullness of time he might actually join UDA and not even Kenya Kwanza. that move, he actually seems to have preempted what the Supreme Court is going to say. When they walked out, he walked out carrying a pamphlet, and a pamphlet which, according to him, is a power-sharing deal between, I don't know, his party or himself and UD or Kenya Kwanza, post-election power-sharing deal. And that post-election power-sharing deal probably is where the burdens of the community is going to be carried. Because Deputy President mentioned that the decision to work with MDG party leader was in the interest of making sure that the Luo community is mainstreamed in the national agenda. So I just wonder whether the pamphlet that David Ochieng was carrying, which, for lack of a better word, I can say perhaps were just minutes of the meeting, was just to come out and posture. But when I did my analysis, I had not received this clip. Now, later on, the residents of Sega in Ugenya descended upon David Ochieng, and this is what they had to say.
Majina naitwa Esther Tiono Nyango. Mimi mzaliwa hapa Ugenya. Kitu yenye David amefanya makosa kubwa kutupeleka kwa Ruto. Anatuuza kwa Ruto kwa nini? Hiyo tumekataa na tumekataa.
Hapa Sega. Kenye David Ochieng amefanya tumekasirika sana. Hatukujua eti anaweza enda ye mwenyewe huko, akienda huko Kenya Kwanza hiyo ajua ameenda ye mwenyewe. Sisi kama watu wa Ugenya tumebaki hapa na tuko na baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Hiyo tu.
Mimi ni mkaji wa Sega na tuna huzuni sana na David Ochieng. Kwa imani ya Mungu tunataka watu organize tupate vile tunaenda kwa by election Sega. Hatukujua yeye ni mole kama hivyo tena. Tumeudhika na tumekasirika sana.
Nimekataa maneno ya David kuenda kwa UDA. Hatutaki na arudi atuambie ako huko. Na tuone kenye tutafanya. Arudi ndio aende, arudi. Kwanza ndio atuambie ako wapi. Hatutaki maneno yake, hatutaki kabisa.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Brian Ogara, mkazi wa Ugenya. Mimi nataka kuongea hapa waziwazi. David sisi tulimwamini kama kandidati wetu hapa Ugenya na tukampatia kipawa ya kulinda sisi. Lakini kama ameamua kuenda ile pande ingine, resign, arudi apate tikiti ya Azimio la Umoja ndio tuchukue yeye tena. Sisi hatutakubali arudi na certificate ya Kenya, tumpatie certificate nyingine ya Kenya ya Azimio la Umoja. Arudi na certificate ya Azimio la Umoja, tumpatie apate certificate ya Kenya Kwanza. Kwa hivyo sisi hatutakubali mambo ya UDA huku kwetu.
That shows you the rejection on ground. You can make, sometimes decisions are so glamorous on camera because the cameras are there, you find an opportunity, you have the limelight, you can talk about everything. But does it augur well with the community? Is it your interest or is the interest of voters? Well, David Ochieng has won against ODM, many instances there. But I don't think if his by-election was to be called tomorrow, he would actually carry the day. It will be a tall order for him. And what doesn't really look well is when you work with someone, they were part of Azimio la Umoja, they might have won their seats, many of them, but they've not won the presidential. Then they now drop the presidential ballot and now push their own self-interest, their own agendas. That is something that, of course, happens in politics. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. I want to say 3 reasons why that deal was badly rejected. When David Ochieng drove to Karen, the decision was suicidal in the sense that he doesn't have a backing of a tangible numbers or a fraction or a cross section of the voters he actually purports to represent. You can look at, however you look at it, however you dissect it, I still insist that if you have a handshake, or if you want a handshake that is honest and that will really attract the attention and the appeal of a bigger majority in this country, then the handshake between Raila, Uhuru, Raila, Ruto. But all the others, I think, are not handshakes, but are just political posturing, first to make sure that you show something. If you look at the leaders that accompanied MDG party leader there, the leaders that failed in their endeavors, in their elective seats, and someone might actually feel that they were being funded by Jubilee Party. That is not something that you can take for granted. Or not Jubilee Party, but they were being funded by Kenya Kwanza. So some of these leaders, and I've seen social media going frenzy with the fact that they are going back to the master. So one thing why that backlash is because it's suicidal, and David Ochieng do not represent a big majority of voters. If anything, it doesn't go beyond Ugenya. Now, the voters are still glued towards Raila Odinga ideals. And even if, and I think I analyzed that, even if you are to outshine Raila, it will not just take a simple step as that. Because what has kept Raila afloat in his supporters across the country is that he has never become a president. Maybe if he becomes president, he will be judged, then he'll lose that. But so long as he's not yet come, and he has always found afloat, I'm rigged. So the rigging narrative, the rigging claim has been charging the masses. And as you talk now, the masses are charged that perhaps Raila Odinga was rigged out. So the rat rigging claim, in the way the Azimio team have sustained their claim that their victory was robbed, it's something that's still holding in the minds of many. And perhaps this is going to be a very short analysis. I want to say that I think MDG party leader would have just been fair to himself, just wait, Supreme Court verdict to come out, then position yourself now knowing, okay, this is. But now if you make that move, it doesn't achieve the intention. The intention doesn't come out clear. It looks like it's just going to support William Ruto and Harera, which I'm not saying that's wrong, but at least not him at that critical time. Guys, that's my bold analysis, and I remind us about the 50 shillings challenge for Sarah. We extended to 15 more days, so we're ending on 5th September. You can still donate, and those who are supplied, you can redeem your pledges through the team bold. My number is 0710 62 78 89. It will appear Kevin Olo. You can also reach out to Sarah. Her number is 07 16 357 360. And I believe that we are going to achieve something. Thank you.